Game number 3. Winner through to next round of Swiss. Loser has to play at least one series tomorrow. For the side of them, we've got Daring, Gdansk, and you guessed it, Gdansk. Then Moskva, Brisbane, Moskva, along with a Schlieffen and a Loria. For the side of TWA, we've got Gdansk, Heru, Brisbane, Moskva, Ohio, and Bungo. Interesting, the Bungo's only running 5 flags. Only running 5 flags, Bungo. It's the new meta. Anyway, let's talk about expectations. So, Schlieffen Luria versus Bungo, Ohio. Different. Bungo and Ohio are looking for high damage smacks. Schlieffen's going to have the secondaries, plus the Torps. Luria's going to have the sap. 1 Brisbane and at least 2 Moskvas aside. Difference is that TWA is running an additional cruiser, so they'll have the advantage, and they'll have the 3 Moskvas. So they'll have a lot of cap radar coverage. Triple Gdansk is going to look to farm out a DD along with the Daring. This can be a quick kill on those Moskvas, though, because they're just going to get burned down by those Gdansks if they're not careful. Remember, we've got one of my favorite things. We've got ye ol' A cap down here in the corner. How do they play that cap? So, looks like we're going to see for the side of TWA, they've got 4 going. I expect to see the Moskva end up on that island. Hirugamo, smoke the Brisbane around there. Bungo stay a little more mid. Gdansk is going to back in. This Moskva is there to provide radar. Same as this Moskva is. Up north, you're going to see the Gdansk go straight into the cap. Moskva is going to go around and probably sit there. If he thinks he can get up to there, he may move there, but we'll see. Ohio, I expect somewhere around there. For the side of them, you're going to see a little different play based on where that Moskva is. Looks like they're going to focus on getting ships out here into space more. Gdansk's going to cut down. Brisbane also there, but like the Moskva, the fact that the Moskva, watch to see, he does look like he's going to turn in actually and go for there. We're going to see the counterfight here in a sec, and then full push battleship with 2 DDs up here. Let's get back in because we're going to see some action here in the middle. So, Gdansk of I Love is going to radar. He's going to be spotted, but the problem is that he does not have nearly as good a fire angle as Royal Thrashing. So how much damage does Royal Thrashing get? But here come the other ships. Bungo and Moskva in position. Shells are in. They get 4K. And so it's a mostly even trade. Watch these Torps. Slim chance that one of these Torps does something, but no, does not look like it will. It's a fairly even trade, 1,000 health advantage for the side of TWA there. Remember, they're going to sit 60,000 into or 70,000 health up because of that extra cruiser, as well as having the triple Moskva and the healthier battleships. Bungo looking for the accuracy. Moskva should get slapped here, even with it being a nose in. Oh, only 5K. We'll see what Dino does here if he chooses to continue moving. Here come the shots from the Bungo. Shots are out onto the Luria, but they are going to be off because the Luria is ready and turns them out. And so watch for more salvos onto Blood Legend. I expect to see the Brisbane get smoked up here and start the fight soon as well. That's another 6K off Blood Legend. Gdansk of Thrashing getting absolutely hammered by Blood Legend's radar, though. He's lost 15,000 health, 16,000. He might be dead here. He's trapped in Kistis' radar quite heavily, and there it is. Bungo of Angelstone gets the early kill. A bit of a misstep there from them. You've got the 2 Moskvas there, and you pay the price and lose one of your DDs. That health lead's now over 100K, and you're still not hitting that Moskva for anything worth writing home about. You look up north, you can see the Daring moving forward, the Schlieffen moving forward as well. Gdansk Ferry being pulled back because they don't need to keep him there right now, they think. And here comes the heavy push all the way down into the corner. Now, one thing I will say is a bit of an advantage here is even though the Moskva is spotted, He's going to pop radar. They're not going to find that Brisbane yet, but it's going to be close. He might get them to the point where they spot. Watch to see how he pushes here. Because they don't have a lot of space. And that is not what they wanted to do. They didn't want to be forced back there. Dino with he's going to start getting slapped now by the other Moskva. There's the shots in. Ooh, 12K. And so the bungo is, you can see the farm starting to happen on the Moskva, but Dino's in a really bad spot. He's going to get torp hammered. Down to 26K. Them is getting absolutely massacred right now. And I don't know if he has the dodge on those torps. He doesn't. He's gone. And ladies and gentlemen, Kinnymod with the Brisbane torps because his hydro's not up. And that's a 2-ship lead and almost 200,000. Them on the ropes already just 6 minutes into the game. When TWA plays to its potential, only rain can stay with them. And so you see the shots and you see the desperation moves in here. Pro streamer moving into the map middle. You can see the bungo shells coming in. That looks really clean. Only 4K, but Gdansk is going to be able to put him in a really bad spot here. Only downside for Gdansk is because he's backing up. He's not going to get nearly as good a torp salvos as he would otherwise. And Pro Streamer's done a really good job of wedging himself into a spot. Vile does take a torp there. Small window of brightness. But this inability to kill the Moskva of Blood Legend or do anything noticeable damage-wise to him is really hurting it. You're going to get the torp here, but once again, you get one torp. He's at 39,000, and he just hits the heal button. The Luria's not having the effect they needed. Now, you do see the push starting up here, and so the question is, how quick can they push? The Gdansk is smoked, and so the Moskva's kind of in trouble, but Schlieffen takes a lot of damage early on. Daring's going to continue to just farm out the Moskva. But the Ohio's in a position to help on Bogdan. Shots in on Bogdan. He takes another 10K. Remember, he's got 50 seconds to next heal. This game is just about over. I'm ready to call it. I don't see them having the health pool to win this. I don't see them having the health pool. They don't have the ships. We'll go wide so you can watch, but I mean, there goes the Luria. Luria pushes in. This is over. That was their last chance. They didn't. Their strategy, their battleship selection, I'm going to be honest, leaves a lot to be desired this game. Their battleship selection left a lot to be desired, and that's what's hurting them the most. I mean, make no mistake, if Schlieffen doesn't die there, he'll get the heal off here. But, yeah, their battleship selection really hurt them. And the Gdansk goes down south. Are they even going to get a kill before this game's over? Doesn't get the torps off, doesn't get the guns off. Yep, that's all she wrote on this one. Daring and Veobard Thon goes down. Gdansk is the only reason more points aren't being scored, but you've gotten, I mean, TWA was just clinical this game. They had surgical precision. And there you go. You can see the torps from the Gdansk. Gdansk is going to burn out, so they will get a consolation kill, but TWA with just an absolutely dominant victory. The other Gdansk dies up in D. The only ship left is the Brisbane. And here comes the kill. And so, ladies and gentlemen, TWA will be your winner. They will clinch a place in the playoffs next week. They will not have to play tomorrow, while them will, at 2-1, be in the hunt for playoffs tomorrow. They have to win one of 2 series tomorrow to make it to playoffs. We'll take a look before we wrap up EU at the results, but Brisbane continuing to just try to survive. It's good practice on dodging on the line, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, you can see it's over. And here it comes. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. And your winner, as we said, taking the series 2-1, is TWA.